Hey everyone, Austin here at The Real Seal. Back again for another FAQ video to teach you everything you need to know about crawl space to basement conversions. Let's dive in. What is a crawl space to basement conversion? A crawl space to basement conversion is when we take your unusable crawl space and turn it into a basement with actual living square footage that you can use for your home. Why would you want to convert your crawl space into a basement? Because it's a basement and it's better. How long does a crawl space to basement conversion take? Typically, these jobs take about 2 months to complete. Depending on the size of the job, your project could be a little bit shorter or it could take a little bit longer. One of the benefits of doing a crawl space to basement conversion as opposed to building extra stories on your home is you don't have to move out while the work is taking place. Everything upstairs will stay exactly how it is while we are converting your crawl space into a basement. So you get minimal disruption in your day-to-day life while getting to enjoy the benefits of having a whole new story placed on your home underground. Does a crawl space to basement conversion require a permit? Yes, you'll absolutely need a permit while performing this project. We will apply for a poll, host, and schedule all inspections for the permit process during your project. This will likely require coordinating getting any architectural drawings that you may need for the finished area of the space, as well as engineer drawings for the actual foundation, drain tile, and egress window makeup, and following through with corrections on the city engineers to ensure that the job is done to spec and properly. The typical inspections you're going to need for this project are footing inspections, foundation inspections, drain tile inspections, sump pump inspections, egress window inspections, and you'll also get final inspections as well to make sure that everything has been done. Additionally, you will need inspections on any electrical, sewer, water, or gas lines that are being moved in conjunction with the project. Many times these utilities do not need to be moved because they're already running through the foundation wall of the crawl space, and we're digging out underneath it and adding more foundation wall without touching that original wall. So many times those utilities don't even need to be moved. We get asked a lot, while you're doing this work, is it going to be noisy, dusty, smelly in any way? Well, this is a major construction project on your home, so there is going to be noise and dust. We do use HEPA filters and pressure systems to move air out of the home and out of the basement in order to keep clean air flowing in. But it is important to understand it is going to be noisy and it is going to be dusty. Something to consider is if your furnace is in the crawl space, to turn your furnace off while we were working so that you are not pulling up the dust from the crawl space and spitting it out throughout the rest of the home. Windows open always help, and if you are working from home, a quiet, secluded place might be the best place for you while the jackhammers or concrete saws are running while they're cutting open the foundation. Did we mention the dirt? There's going to be a lot of dirt. I mean, obviously we're digging out your crawl space and that dirt has to go somewhere. We don't load it up on our dump trucks to get it out of there. It would take hundreds of those runs in order to get that complete. Instead, what happens is the dirt is piled into the front yard into a big mound, and a semi truck comes with one of our skid steers and loads that up every couple days in order for us to get rid of that dirt on site. They take away about 20 tons at a time, and the average project is going to yield 200 to 300 tons of dirt. It's a lot of dirt. So the entire project is going to be going through your yard to the street. It's very likely you're going to have to be resodding and re-landscaping that yard. Added benefit is you get to redesign the front yard with this project as well. Can my kid come down and play in the excavator while you're doing the work? No. Can any crawl space be converted into a basement? That's a good question. Technically speaking, yes, any crawl space can be converted into a basement. It just is a matter of if it's worth the cost. In most cases, a crawl space to basement conversion is not only possible, but entirely feasible. The one everyone really wants to know now, how much does a crawl space to basement conversion cost? Now, the cost can vary project to project, but typically speaking, you're in the $200 to $250 per square foot range. This can vary depending on several factors, including the makeup of the original foundation, the accessibility, the design of how we are going to be doing this. Are you adding a stairwell into this? Are we trying to build around an addition? Do we have to drop some piers in here to support a heavier weight of the structure while we underpin? These kind of factors can lead to different varying costs of your crawl space to basement conversion project. Is a crawl space to basement conversion worth the investment? Now, we get this question asked a lot because it's obviously a large amount of money you're going to spend on your home, and are you ever going to recover that money? Yes, a crawl space to basement conversion is absolutely worth the value because you're recouping that and adding value to the home. So if you ever sell the house, you now are able to sell it at a much higher price point because you have added bathrooms, living space, and square footage that was not presented before. Now, typically speaking, these aren't flip projects. You probably aren't going to buy a home with a crawl space, convert it into a basement, gut rehab the home, and then resell it. This is more geared towards people who are not wanting to leave the area and wanting to expand the living space in their home. So you've got some kids and you want to stay in the same school district and neighborhood so that they can grow up with their friends. Say this is your childhood home and you want to expand your family without having to leave it. Maybe your in-laws are moving in and you need some more space for them so that you're not sharing your bedroom with them. We've even had people who wanted a golf simulator and we created a sunken area in their basement so that they could swing a driver without hitting the ceiling. Another factor you might consider when thinking about doing a crawl space to basement conversion is the value of other homes in the area. If you want to stay in the same area, but you have to then sell your home and buy another, is there another comparable home in the area? How does the market look at the time? The easier solution might be to just install a basement underneath the home. If you're on a ranch, you can double the living space of your home without ever having to move out. Pretty good deal if you're looking to stay in the same area. We specialize in crawl space to basement conversions here at The Real Seal in the Chicagoland area. We perform crawl space to basement conversions all throughout the year. We have referrals from customers if you're looking to speak with someone who's done the project before, as well as plenty of photos from our projects that we have done in the past. We even have a how we do it video showing you step-by-step how the project is done so that you can see what it looks like from the owner's standpoint. If you or someone you know is looking to get your crawl space converted into a basement, give us a call over here at The Real Seal. We'd be happy to help you out. We provide no pressure consultations to show you what it would cost and what would go into converting your crawl space into a basement. We pride ourselves on being the best in the industry, and we're here to make sure that your project goes smooth. We're looking forward to coming out to check out your project with you and help show you the benefits of turning your crawl space into a basement. If you have any questions, give us a call over here at The Real Seal, where not everything's better when wet.